Eli Holstein is the quarterback. Reid in the backfield. Holstein going to throw, hit as he throws it, and he gets it off to Reid just in time. You know, he tied a Pitt freshman record for yards and touchdown passes. There's the give to Reid. Makes a man miss, and he's close to a first down. I think he's going to give it to him. It's Poppy Williams in motion. Holstein will step up, just flicks it as Reid inside the 10, hit brought down to the 5.
Big determining factor. Looked like the line screws at the 38-yard line, so when he steps up, is he there or not? In the drop-off, and he just hits the acceleration, hits the X button to get the big first down.
Here's Reid. Tries to make a cut from their own 41. They'll go empty set. Holstein. And that's complete to Desmond Reid.
They're going to try and get him the ball anytime in space.
Again, in the flat, and Reid is tripped up
In the lane.
Speaking of Reid, forced out of bounds.
For this Central Michigan offense.
And the defense is the calling card for Pat Narduzzi in his 11th season now as head coach. Pitt, former DC at Michigan State, University of Cincinnati. Here's Desmond Reid. Reverses field, tries to get around that edge, cuts back down the sideline, and then finally forced out of bounds.
He's so electric. And alumnus know that phrasing very well.
Holstein looking left, throws, Reid, got it! Inside the 5.
Great pocket protection by the offensive line to allow Holstein.
They've got one timeout.
Yeah, they got a timeout under their belt, so who knows? Can get half the distance at least in a quick fashion.
And they keep it on the ground.
Heinzel on the rollout and throws complete to Reid for a first down. Out to the 42. Florida State will rush 4. Heinzel sitting in the pocket, just going to check it down here. And down the sideline is Reid. Lowers the shoulder on Rawls, the center. Heinzel taking a shot. Got a man. And it's caught for a touchdown by Desmond Reid.
Football, and he gives confidence to everybody. We're going to see a little motion and him work out. And they know they've got the matchup. They've got Desmond Reid on Elijah Herring. They're going to take that matchup all day long. And a great pass over the top to allow Desmond Reid to go up and get it. And a second touchdown on his many drives with this Pitt offense. And Mason Heinzel, 10 of 11, 116. And that touchdown showing some fire and just playing at such a high level.
Reid has some room off the right side. Scoots out, though, at the 29. In other words, we might be here for a while. Nope, just going to keep it on the ground. Reid breaks a tackle, still going, and finally it's Rawls that gets into the ground, and another flag. If that's on Rawls and Florida State, that could put the ball now in field goal range.
Wow. 3 red zone interceptions. Part of what cost him his job. That a costly interception at the end of that first half day.
Desmond Reid runs the ball on first down and gains 7. Had the win over Alabama, but losses to Virginia and Miami, trying to get their season back on track, and they give up a long play. Desmond Reid is free inside the 40, and they finally get to him at the 30-yard line. 9-yard gain.
Well, they're going to motion him over and watch him just work in space. He's going to start out and work back in. The motion, they know this is zone coverage. Desmond Reid's going to do a really good job sitting down in that zone, that soft spot. Mason Heinzel wisely gets the ball to 0, and you see the speed in the open field after the catch.
Heinzel in trouble, gets away from one man. Keeps the play alive, throwing into the end zone for the touchdown. He finds Desmond Reid alone in the end zone. What a play by the true Frosh. And what a bounce back after the 2 interceptions at the end of the first half.
Well, it's going to be McCray that's going to come clean. Very similar to the play we saw from Castellanos. The edge player is going to come clean.
He's got 2 touchdown passes, also 2 picks in his first road start. He gets hit, but he delivers to Desmond Reid. Reid inside the 25. And Reid finally brought down at the 14. They're getting drilled in the back that time by Rawls.
But they created the matchup they wanted. Desmond Reid on linebacker, A.J. Cottrell. And he's unable to stay with them. Linebacker on Desmond Reid is a terrible matchup. They've been exploiting it all throughout.
And down to the 37-yard line is Reid. So
for a true freshman to be playing at the level he is awfully impressive.
Pitching it to Reid, his first carry of the night. You can see the speed on the edge.
It's all facets. Inside run game, the pitches like we're seeing there, and the pass game obviously as well.
And now inside.
Big time numbers.
Heinzel hands it off to Reid. Look at the quickness on the outside. Just burst through the hole and still on his feet out near the 30. Reid just hiding behind that offensive line and then pops out. He's able to get to the edge.
Entire complexion of not only the offense but the team. Now they're in the ACC title hunt midway through October.
Reid with a good pickup on second down. First down for the Panthers. That's Blue hits in motion. They'll give it to Reid. Looking for some type of a crease. Doesn't have much. Picks up maybe 3 or 4. Reid, first down and more. Looking to put his foot in the ground and bounce it outside to midfield. Ronnie Royal made the tackle. 17 yards. Ankle looks pretty good there.
Looks real good. So does the vision as well. Looking to hit it on the front side, right. Front side 8.
Pitt here, down to earth and into the end zone. Reid feels pretty good on that carry. Gets one of his own here in the second.
Getting Kenny Johnson, the receiver, involved. Blocking there in the trenches. Desmond Reid following that right side of the offensive line. B.J. Williams, right guard. Ryan Baer, right tackle. Moving the rock well today, the Panthers are.
Reid cuts it back inside.
His face mask, accurate though, allows him to do something with it after.
Heinzel just dumps it off here. Reid! Inside of Wolfpack territory, runs out of bounds at the 43, another 16.
This is just so easy for the offense and so difficult for the defense. You get linebackers dropping back, so worried.
Appreciate that, Kendra. That would be huge for NC State if he's able to come back in the second half. Heinzel over the, oh, big hit! And Reid hung on. Kenny soars. So you knew they had the big play in them. It's finally caught up with him here. And defensively, they just have not been able to slow down Pitt all day long.
Purpose kind of guy. Heinzel to open up the game passing as he gets it to the outside, and it is Reid who turns the corner and gets a chunk play to open up the game for Pitt. Smith makes the tackle. Cade Bell, the young offensive coordinator, and the 18-year-old quarterback get on the same page. Here is Reid. And Reid able to square the shoulders and make his way to the 49. The impact players are brought to you by Fairfield by Merrick. An interception that was returned for a pick-6 touchdown, and he's been sacked 3 times. So let's see if he can straighten things out here early on. 2nd and 4. A-gap pressure is picked up. Out of the backfield is Reid, who will have the first down for the Panthers. That's this defensive coordinator. 2nd down and 11 for Pittsburgh. 4-man rush and quickly getting it to Reid and jumping right up. Great offensive stats and points all year long from them, but not today. Shallow cross underneath is Reid, and Reid in space. Dart struggle offensively. Desmond Reid takes it ahead to the 30.
I like that idea too, and normally Pittsburgh is throwing the football and they're being.
Heinzel on 4th down. Gets the ball complete for a first down. Desmond Reid in space as Reid is dragged down near the 10-yard line.